everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. So we are 1 week away from this catalog going live. So it happens to be 1 week from today, like in real time. I have, let me see, I have a list. I have eight projects sitting here that I'm going to film. Hopefully today. I've given myself today and then tomorrow. I have some errands I have to run tomorrow, so I'd really like to get them done today because I would like to be done working by noon-ish on Friday to start getting ready for our trip to Mexico. We're going on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So I am going to work today. Hopefully my phone and technology doesn't fail me. But from on next Wednesday, so May 1st, the day that the catalog starts, come back here. I will have, in that video, I'll be able to show you the inside of the catalog. I had to make a list so I would know at what point in my filming process today I can open the catalog, since it's all happening before I really can do it, but the videos won't be up. But on May 1st, I'm going to have a walkthrough, so I will show you then everything that I have made, which there's a few things like I made with friends and things that haven't been filmed. And then you will get to see a couple of the tutorials that will be coming later next week as well as we walk through. This catalog is fabulous. And there is a method to the new kind of madness as you look at it. So I'm going to help you with that as well. But the longer that I have used it, and I really used it because I have my Try It class coming up. And so when demonstrators, and if you want to join my team, two things. One, you get this class completely free. All my team members do. So it's a perk of being on my team. So you get actually the supplies for this class to create all 10 projects free. The last day to register is on Friday. So I'm going to show you kind of how I do it. But there is a sign-up special that starts May 1st that is one of the best sign-up specials that Stampin' Up! Has ever had. And I will also have, because I know being a demonstrator obviously is not for everybody, so I'm going to have some great catalog kickoff specials. So there's two different things you can choose. You can choose to be part of my team and get the class for free, or you can purchase the class and then take advantage of all of my customer specials that'll start on May 1st. I have specials now too. In my mind, I've just kind of moved on to May. But this class, oh, there's two, look, because I film and I create, so I always have two of everything. This class is called my Try It class. I do it every time there's a new catalog. So we will make 10 projects together. Each project has a video. Each project has a page that has complete measurements, instructions, photographs, a little shopping cart, everything in a really good, well put together PDF. I can say that because my daughter does it. I'm not bragging about myself, but they're all template based. They are all fun folds. So if you go watch either of these two videos, this is actually a project from the class, and you can see it's a fun fold. And then this one right here, I took one of the projects from a past class because you have that PDF and I want you to be able to use it. So I showed you how to switch the same template that we had used prior with new things and made a little gift card holder. So you can watch that video as well. But demonstrators can pre-order. With annual catalog, we can't pre-order everything, and I will actually be in Mexico when we can pre-order. So this is how I do it for these classes. I take I keep packs of designer series paper scraps. This is celebration one, and I have just made all the cards with the measurements and my ideas because a lot will happen from the time I create these. So all 10 projects are done. 4 of them are completely done in here, but I'm not going to show you because that's for the class. Last day to sign up is Friday unless you join my team. I do make a few spare packets for that. So today, for today's card, we are going to be using Seaside Wishes. So I have previously used the this set. Yeah, it was maybe one of the first cards I did when I got my new stuff because I love this set. I love it, love it, love it. So for this one, it does have some retired ribbon. I didn't check to see if it's still in stock because it could sell out. It could be, and then it could sell out. But this ribbon was on sale and retiring. Maybe the pearls were on that too, or the gems. I don't remember. But it's a hybrid. So it comes with the folder, and you can cut the sand dollars out at the same time as you do that. I'm not going to use it that way today. So here they are cut out. I did have these because I cut these out and I thought I would use them on today's card. Still didn't use them. So it was the very first thing I made out of this. for this card, and I still haven't used them. But this is how that works if you use the folder with the die at the same time. Go watch that video if you're unsure how the hybrids work, because it cuts them out at the same time. Today we're just going to use the folder. It's a really fun, bright, cheerful card, I think. I went with Coastal Cabana. I was going to use Summer Splash, which is a darker color. I was going to use both. Let me show you Summer Splash because the paper is still sitting here. So they work really well together, but I ended up not needing another solid color of cardstock. So we're going to do Coastal Cabana because if you're making a shell card, the coastal color is a good one, right? So just fold this in half. And then I am going to take my folder. So when you have folders, the Stampin' Up! Where it's printed, that's always the top. So we're going to flip this over and we're going to work with the top here. So let's take some basic beige. So my special on May 1st for the first 4 days of May is if you buy the 5 new in color pads, I am going to give you the basic beige for free. Stampin' Up! Special is also, which I did not know when I made mine, also centered around the new colors. So you get their stuff free because you know they're Stampin' Up! They can give it all to you free. I can just give you some. So I am just sponging this kind of into the centers of these sand dollars. I'm putting a little bit more on this one than I did my original card because I thought it could, I didn't want them to be too dark and then they could have been a little bit darker. So hopefully now we're not going to go too dark. So we have the basic beige. These are the mini blending brushes. They work much better for this because you're trying to control where you put the color. Now I'm going to take the Summer Splash. So we'll get that color on here. And then I don't know if you can see it. See all these bubbles? I'm going to add this to the bubbles. And they're just kind of around, and not all of it's going to be on the card because the paper is not quite as big as the folder. We have some fun new folder sizes in the upcoming catalog. So if you don't have one yet and you don't have somebody sending you one, I'd be happy to. You have to let me know sooner, else you're going to wait till I get back. So I'm going to take my white piece of paper and I'm going to stick it in here. You want it to be fairly straight. This one isn't one that has like a huge difference. So I'm going to pop this in here and you can tell it's straight because of that line. And then I'm just going to roll this through my cut and emboss machine, which doesn't fit on my table right now. I have a side table set next to me because I have all the projects are all, I'm actually very organized with it. But I cleaned up everything yesterday, so I would start with a completely clean space. So you just roll it through normal. If you wanted to cut these out, you would put the die in at the same time. And then this is where the magic happens when you have pre-sponged it. Isn't that pretty? So you could almost just use this for your card, and I do like it with a little bit more ink on it. The first one I went kind of light, so it's harder to see, especially on camera. Then you just take this to the sink and run some water on it. You could probably, on this one, I could probably run another one through and still have color on it. Now I'm going to take, there is a sand dollar stamp, and there are 2 starfish. I'm just going to use one, and I'm going to use the new peach pie. My cats are fighting downstairs. I don't know if you, not fighting, they play fight every morning. You know, I wish I had so much energy. Look, first card of the day, and I got ink all over me. That's how it goes, right? And then I'm going to use the basic beige again to stamp a sand dollar. So we have, and that, the first time I stamped it, I thought, oh, that stamps poorly. But then I looked at the stamp case and it is designed so not all of the, not all of it picks up ink. And when it dries, basic beige is a lot lighter than this. If it hasn't dried all the way, I'll show you the card that I made because it's lighter. So then some of the other dyes I'm going to use, there's some seagrass. This is the 2024-2026 in color shimmer paper. So I'm going to do the 3 little things of seagrass in the summer splash. And then I have this to cut out. This one's laying over by the machine. And then there is, I think it's like coral. So I'm going to do it on the pumpkin pie because that's kind of like coral. And then let me run these through. Okay, when you cut this one out, you have to use, this is the die that does all 3, and it goes with the folder. Sorry, it's early, and I haven't talked much, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting my words out. So I'm going to take this. I want to add some words. It worked better on my other one because the stamping was lighter. So let's see where we want to put the words on this one. I could change the arrangement of the whole thing because, you know, just because you do a card one way doesn't mean you have to stick with it. So I'm just going to use the little love you. And then on my other one, I have it right here, but I didn't get ink on those. So we'll see how it goes. The nice thing is when you stamp like this, if it doesn't work, you can just make a little tag and stick it over the top of the tag. I think it'll work. You have to make sure you press. You don't want to rock it because you don't want to catch the edges. But in case you have a bubble under you, you need to make sure you press hard enough that it's going down. Perfect. I should have washed the green ink off my hands. Now let's see if I've trimmed this the right size. I did. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll go ahead and stick this on. I have regular seal here. I just have so many. I put everything in buckets when I do it like this, and I probably put it in the last card that I did, which is towards the end. Seal Plus will work. You just want to be careful when you lay it down that you don't press till it's straight. There we go. Now for this one, I'm going to use some new ribbon, and then I'm going to use embellishments that will retire, but they are on sale. So you got to get them before May 1st or while supplies last, or you'll have to come up with another one. There's lots of embellishments that would work with this because you can use the new in colors. This is the new Summer Splash ribbon. This ribbon comes in all the new in colors. Make this lay down flat. If you don't use a bone folder, then your stuff tends to pop open, and we don't want our card popping open while we're working on it. So I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive there, and then we're going to switch to fine tip glue. So I'm not terribly bothered. I can't find I'm still looking. I should stop looking to the side. I'm just going to cut the selvage off the end of this, or the side, I guess. I love to deconstruct ribbon, and especially for those of you who feel like you're bow challenged and you can't tie a bow, there are a zillion ways to get ribbon on your cards without having to tie a bow. I have a couple of pairs of these scissors that are sharper than others, and didn't pick up one of my sharp one. I have like 10 pairs of them, so it's kind of hard to tell. So I'm just going to take this out, and I'm going to help it add to our seagrass illusion. I'm just going to take this as they come out like this and just pop them in. I don't want them to all lay together like that one. I don't care that one group of them does, but the rest of them I'm going to kind of you just need to make sure that they hit the adhesive there. And then we're going to sandwich it together with the things that are going on top. So you can get all of it if you want that much. You can have a little bit less. You don't want it to all be even either. So a couple of them, I'm going to go a little bit higher and then a little bit lower. I do want them to mostly go the same direction, but not perfectly. Kind of like they're moving in the water. So that's good. Now let's take our fine tip glue. We're going to make a little, I don't know what these things are called, little seagrasses. We're going to build a plant back here. So with these, again, I'm just making sure that they kind of stick into the adhesive that I have there. And this part's going to get covered up so it can look kind of messy. And then I'm going to take this beautiful little corally reef thing. I did not punch out all of I thought they all fell out. There's a few extras in there. Just make sure you have it on enough spots that it will hold it. Just add that. And then I'm going to take this sand dollar, and this, I'm going to put a liberal amount of adhesive on because it's going to help smush all this stuff. So press that down. I'll put something on that in a second to hold it. And then I was left with this, and I really wanted it raised up. Let me see if I have any left. I used it all. So what I did, you can use the sticky strips. I just made some. So I just took the very edge here where these are not cut. That's why there's none left on this one, because I used the whole thing. And I just trimmed this off because you don't want to throw this stuff away. And then I just made a long little thin sticky strip. You could also use the mini dimensionals. I think they would fit on here. This was just a little faster. And like I said, I have lots of cards sitting here. And so I was trying to do things the fastest way possible. So then when you pull this off, it goes on here. Now I'm going to use the embellishments. If you're in Card Club, you're good, because we had these, I think it was last month. The loose silver sequins, I was really hoping that they would continue on because they're really practical, and on this particular card they help give the illusion of water. So I'm just going to add 3 in kind of groups of 3, some blobs of glue, and then you do need the little sticky adapter tip for your take your pick. Well, you don't need it if you'd rather spend forever trying to get these things out. This makes it go really quick. I won't talk so I can fast forward and you can see it over this part. Just make sure this is fresh. And then I love this new tip. It kind of helps move them around if you miss dropping it where you want. So there's a couple of different sizes in here. So as I pick up big ones, I'm going to kind of scatter them around. And then there's these little tiny ones. And then there's a medium one. So every one doesn't have to have all 3 sizes, but I don't want all big ones. And obviously they're easier to get because they're large. And it helps when you've done them in groups of 3 because you can go back and make sure that all 3 of them have sequins on top of them. Trying to see where I put all my lids. Now, this one, I probably don't need to do the next step, so I'm not going to, just so you can kind of see the difference. But remember I said that on my first one, oops, my ink wasn't as dark. So I took my blend and I did a spritz over the back. This one doesn't need it because there are enough. And we'll see, you can see this is already drying a lot, but we'll see how much it's dried. So here's this one with a little bit more of the ink. And don't you love the way that those kind of look like bubbles in there? So get them before they're gone, and they're on sale. I did look up to see if they were going to the new catalog, and so as of 2 days ago when I designed this card, they were still available, and I think they're like $4. Here's the other one. Yeah, our ink's pretty much dried. When I first did this, this was way dark. So you can see this is just a lot lighter. In fact, it was so light, I took the brush on these two and I just added a little bit more. But otherwise, pretty much the same card, and so fun and so festive. The sentiments in this set, obviously, you don't have to put the love you on the front. I liked it because I liked a little bit more of the, look, I didn't do this, a little bit more darker contrast of ink. But you could add a little tag if you want one of the bigger ones. The design was so cute, I didn't want to cover it all up. So join me this week as we count down the days to the new catalog. Make sure you're on my email list, and then you will know all of the specials and everything that's coming up. And don't forget to sign up for my Try It class, because Friday I'm closing it because I have to have my order all ready to put in so I don't have to do it on vacation. Everybody have a great one. Bye.